What's up, family? Welcome to Creel Talk, a place where two people living out loud share insights, failures, small wins, and everything in between. Listen, no fancy studio, no professional sound bites, no AI perfected scripts. It's just us growing. Whether you're going through breakthroughs or breakdowns at the same time as we are, pop in those earbuds and let's grow together. Believe. Do you know there's a secret weapon that all successful people use to win at the highest level in any chosen endeavor? I actually first discovered this weapon playing video games. Go figure, right? Once again, one of the greatest inventions ever in human history. But the game specifically that allowed me to discover this secret weapon, I had actually got introduced to a game called Guitar Hero. I don't know if you're familiar, but let me tell you about this introduction. I actually went to a friend's house back in the day. Just a quick history lesson. You would actually go to friends' houses or they'd come to yours to play video games together before there was the invent of online gaming and the destruction of in-person hangout. And I went to my friend's house, and instead of a two-player fighting game, these guys were all playing Guitar Hero. They were actually playing Guitar Hero 3, Warriors of Rock, Gods of Rock. And it was the same setup like normal. It was you go one-on-one against somebody, and whoever wins stays on instead of sticks, it was the guitar, and whoever loses gives it up to whoever had winners. So it was the first time I had seen this game, and I was watching these guys play, and I'm like, okay, winners, right? Wins. Let me get on. Let me get on next. And I'm like, it can't be too bad. It's a pretty fairly simple game. And they all were playing on expert, which I thought was the only difficulty, by the way. So I jump in there, and my buddy whose house we were at, he was the one that was on sticks the longest, and go figure, right? Because he owned the game. He was pretty good at it. We get on there, and I'm like, I'm about to crush this thing, right? I got this. And we start going. We're playing a song. Wasn't even one of the hardest songs on there. And you can hear him getting it, but you hear on my end, dong, 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 dong. Like I was terrible. Obviously, first time playing, but I liked it. I was like, wow, this game is actually pretty cool. And then I lost and had to give it up, and I might have played one more time. That's the thing about losing back then. That's why right now I think I'm such a winner, because I hate losing more than I even like winning. It was bred in me or birthed in me probably back in the day, having to sit for a couple hours before you can play a video game again. It's better to just win and stay on than have to wait forever. But I determined at that point, I was like, I really like this game. I want to play it. And obviously, I went home and was like, hey, Ma, I want to get this game. And she was like, good luck, right? Because we had no money. So it wasn't like she just bought me games whenever I asked for them. So I had to go hustle, in which I did. I went and did whatever I needed to do legally, cut some grass and did some housework or whatever to make some money and buy myself this game. And I get it. And I start playing. And just like at my buddy's house, I was terrible. I was terrible, but I kept playing and I kept playing, and eventually I started going to practice mode. I started slowing it down a little bit. They would show you the best way to hold the guitar, to position your hand, to strum. You can strum down and you can strum up. And I started getting the hang of it, the hammer-ons and the pull-offs, and it started to click. I really just started to get into it. And the more I played and the better I got, the more I wanted to play. And I spent weeks. It got to a point where I would be thinking about this game. I would go to school and I'm thinking about the songs, and I'm thinking about the best ways to hit the solos and then take it back. I'm thinking about the best time to use the star power. And I would stay up late playing. I would, in between practice, because back then I was now starting to get in the sports. I would go home and play, and I got good. I got good. And I remember it was probably a month and a half later, we went to my buddy's house again to play, and I couldn't wait. I was chomping at the bits, right? I can't wait to see how much I've developed. I didn't realize how much I had developed. I just knew like I was better. And we start playing, and I destroyed everybody. I didn't come off of the guitar not one time that entire night. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. Hours on end playing Guitar Hero, not giving it up. And that's when I realized I had gotten pretty good at this game, but that's also when I discovered this secret weapon. That's when it came to me. I was like, wow. And I took this secret weapon now, follow me, I took this secret weapon and I started to get pretty heavy into sports. As a matter of fact, I picked up a sport that I was made to. So I played football in middle school and in high school, but in the off season, they make you still play sports in order to stay in shape and stay active and don't get in trouble. So I picked up wrestling. And when I picked up wrestling, it put me down because I sucked terribly. I was awful at it. Where I come from, wrestling wasn't really normal. You guys know where I came from. That wasn't a popular sport, but I picked it up and I started to really get into it. Just like with Guitar Hero, I started studying it a little bit. I started watching film. I started looking up great wrestlers and what they did to be good. And I started going to practice more. I started working out more. I started just really digging into it and it just started to consume my mind. And I actually, the more I did it, the more I wanted to do it because you crave what you consume. And this secret weapon, it worked for me again because after my freshman year of high school, which I was awful, by my sophomore year, I was starting and I was doing well. I was winning matches. I was actually comparatively doing really well. And it's because I applied this secret weapon. You see, the secret weapon I'm alluding to, the secret weapon, it's called obsession. You see, with those things, I learned how to be obsessed. I learned how to take a singular idea, a singular thing, and have it be something that consume and dominate my mind. Why is this so powerful? Well, it's powerful because first off, you have to understand we become what we think about. We become what we think about. The more we think on something, the more it just releases in our mind. And as that consumption takes place, our mind starts to craft ways for us to attract towards it, for us to grow in it, for us to get better at it. That's why your life, really, if you think about it, it's what you think about all day long. We become what we think about. So when I took this concept, this secret weapon of obsession, and applied it to video games, because I didn't just apply it to Guitar Hero. I started to see if I could just be obsessed with something, I can get good at it. So I applied it to Halo. I applied it to Call of Duty. I applied it to multiplayer gaming. I didn't just apply it to wrestling. I applied it to basketball and football and just whatever I wanted to be obsessed with. I started applying this secret weapon. I realized that when I can just have sustained thought on something, when I can just be obsessed with something, I got that something. I got good at that something. I attracted more of that something. Obsession is the secret weapon to successful people. So let's talk about this concept of obsession. There's 4 specific things you want to do to weaponize obsession. First and foremost, here's the first thing. You have to choose what to be obsessed with. Here's one thing I've learned about all of us as human beings is we are all obsessed. We are creatures of obsession. The problem is, if you don't choose your obsessions, the world will force theirs. Why do you think so many people have the same bad habits? It's because those are the obsessions the world wants you to have. So when you purposely choose your obsession, you can really put your heart in it. And most of us in the beginning, we're going to choose that which we're passionate about, that which we're having the most fun with. And when you choose that obsession now, you have to stay focused on it. Obsession demands focus. Why? It's because your heart can't be in what your mind is not on. I'll say that again. Your heart can't be in what your mind is not on. Therefore, you have to focus on the singular thing you want to obsess with. And that is what leads us to getting that obsession. When you choose it wisely, usually, once again, we're going to choose something we're passionate about. You definitely want to choose something that you can obtain, something you can quantify, something you can measure. Like setting goals, it's like you want to be obsessed with something that you can truly get after. That's the first thing. Choose your obsession wisely. The second thing is you got to make a plan of attack with that obsession so that you can get it, so that you can master it. Success is a planned event. It is something that happens intentionally. So now that we intentionally choose what we obsess with, like I intentionally chose video games. I intentionally chose anime. I intentionally chose sports. Those were the things when I was growing up that I wanted to be obsessed with. Some people unintentionally choose sleeping. Some people unintentionally choose scrolling. Some people unintentionally choose negative news or reality TV. I mean, whatever you choose, intentionally or unintentionally, you have to make a plan to actually attack it. And when you make that plan, the world will move out of the way for you to execute on it. That's what I've learned. When you can really choose that obsession and you make a plan to attack it, it's crazy how just things that happen start to seem like they're happening for you to conquer or accomplish that obsession. Well, I think it's because our brain, the way they're wired, our brains, they start to focus on, because there's a lot of things happening around us at all times. But when you choose an obsession, you choose something to focus on. Now your brain actually pinpoint and picks out the things around you that helps you get that something. That's why focus is so vitally important. As a matter of fact, focus might be one of the most powerful muscles that you can choose to develop. Because when you obsess on that thing and you focus on it, then you make a plan and attack for it. That focus is what allows you to execute that plan. Here's the third thing now. Here's the third thing. The third thing is, in the season of obsession, we have to eliminate anything that doesn't pertain to the obsession. The thing we're obsessed with, if it doesn't pertain to it, we've got to get rid of it. Why? Because the number one enemy to obsession is distraction. And your biggest distraction, my friend, I'll tell you what it is right now. You're like, you don't even know me. I know you well enough, because here's what I know it is. The same thing that most of us are plagued by. Your biggest distraction is entertainment. Your biggest distraction is you. That's your biggest distraction to obsession. What I would encourage you is, listen, don't be the weapon formed against yourself, causing you not to prosper. Your secret weapon cannot be obtained and utilized if you're stopping yourself from getting it, if you're distracting yourself from weaponizing it. That's why we have to eliminate the distractions. And a lot of us know what they are. If you really just sit down and just allow yourself to reflect, you know what things are stopping you from truly weaponizing obsession to get that what you want. You know what the goals are. You know what you're looking to accomplish right now in this season of your life, and you know what distractions are stopping you. Don't be the weapon formed against yourself, causing you not to weaponize obsession. Here's the fourth thing. Here's the final thing. And this is vitally important, my friends. Listen in. You have to shut off your mind to any other outcome aside from getting your obsession. You got to shut it off. You got to know that as soon as you set a goal, as soon as you obsess with a thing and you want it and you want to go get it and you make a plan for it, this is the natural state of the world. This is the natural order of things. Disruption follows intention. Prepare for it now. Here's what I know. In every video game I play, in the beginning, there's going to be probably some prologue, some learning how to play, some happy-go-lucky thing happening, and then boom, something is going to disrupt the state of things and add challenge and obstacle to the story. It's part of the process. Life has to drag you through some drama before it allow you to arrive at the destination of your obsession. That's part of how we really determine how bad do you want it. It's the natural order of things. When life makes things hard, here's what we do. Go harder. When I was losing in those video games, and I lost a lot more than I won in the beginning. A lot more. I was terrible, but being terrible is what made me lock in to get better. I learned more from my losses and the obstacles and the challenge than I ever did the wins. Obsession is just chasing after the passion until you get it. The true proof of passion is perseverance. You got to stick it through. You got to keep going. When I'm obsessed with something, I tell myself, no matter how hard it is or how hard it gets, I'm not stopping until I win. It's starting the journey knowing the end of the story. I'm going to get that which I am obsessed with. Whatever I'm locking my mind in on, I'm going to grow in it. I'm going to accomplish it. I will until. I will until. And so there you have it. The secret weapon to winning that all successful people employ is obsession. Take this weapon now and let's go create great. You see, here's the final piece I want to leave you with, because in the beginning, I think we should all learn how to weaponize obsession with our passion. But don't forget, passion is for you. You see, me playing video games was for me. Me playing sports, that was for me. But those things allowed me to weaponize obsession because they were the things I was passionate with. But your passion is for you, your purpose is for everybody else. I weaponize obsession with my passion so that I can then, now that I know how to use it and utilize it, I can now take it and attack my purpose. We're going to talk a whole lot about this topic of purpose in future Creel Talks. Believe.